And we'll look at how much sleep is ideal. In fact, there it is. 7 hours seems to be the ideal. So it's the pineal gland that sits in the skull, that produces the melatonin, that regulates the sleep-wake cycle. And ideal levels, funnily enough, when you provide a contrast to the body, to the pineal gland, so when you show it light first thing in the morning and you show it darkness at night, it actually improves melatonin output. So your sleep is enhanced by, for example, if you had the opportunity to maybe go for a stroll around the block or into a park or something first thing in the morning where it's light, that will get out into the light, natural light, and maybe just for 20 minutes, 10-20 minutes, it just improves your chances of producing enough melatonin in the evening, assuming you keep your evening environment dark. So we'll talk about how to do that. Serotonin is a precursor to melatonin, okay, and protein is needed to produce serotonin, and in particular tryptophan, which is found in these mostly animal proteins, so chicken, beef, lamb, pork, turkey, salmon, tuna, snapper, and then in squash seeds and pumpkin seeds as well. So those would be good additions to the diet if you can bring those in. And then the other thing that's quite helpful is to make sure that you have ideally some sort of set pattern of waking and sleeping, so that you have some consistency in that. Because you have these circadian rhythms, the body likes to have a rhythm to its daily function. It naturally has that, and you would just be enhancing that. Sleep aids. Melatonin is something that I use personally, and with melatonin, less is more. And it's quite interesting because they tend to sell melatonin in relatively high doses compared to, if you look at what is suggested as an ideal, it's half a milligram. Typically they come in between 1 and 5 milligrams. It's milligrams. So you're going to either break one in half, or I just kind of bite mine in half. It's quite a small round one, and mine's I think it's 1 milligram. You could test it. Just test and see what works for you. But it'll help you fall asleep very quickly, and it should help you with quality of sleep over the night. Tart cherry juice, I haven't personally tried myself, but that around half an hour before bedtime helps improve melatonin levels as well, and actually reduces inflammation. So that's not a bad one to bring in for just that reason alone. Valerian root could be used in combination with melatonin. It helps you fall asleep faster. I find, in fact, that's often why I'll use melatonin. If something happens and I'm out late, maybe I'm using public transport to come back and the light is so hectic in public transport, it's all fluorescents, all LEDs, blue lights. And so, before I go to sleep, I'll take a melatonin, and it tends to work within about 20 minutes. And I'll fall asleep very quickly on that.